Dad.
That's too bad.
What are you doing? Dad? Dad? What are you doing? Dad! Dad!
Lifetime's Ripped from the Headlines marathon continues with Girl in the Basement, a new movie based on the harrowing case of Elisabeth Fritzl, a young woman who was held captive by her father for nearly 25 years.
Dad! Let me out!
Like many of Lifetime's recent films, Girl in the Basement dramatizes the true story of Elisabeth Fritzl while also adding, omitting, and rewriting certain elements of her narrative. Regardless of its inaccuracies, Girl in the Basement makes for a harrowing watch, and the real story is even more devastating. What is the Girl in the Basement true story? Where is Girl in the Basement's Elisabeth Fritzl now? Here's everything you need to know. Lifetime's Girl in the Basement tells the horrific story of Sarah Stephanie Scott, a suburban teen who is imprisoned by her father, Don Judd Nelson, in the basement of their home. Don tells his wife Irene, Jolie Fisher, that Sarah ran away, but in reality, she is being held captive, and over the next 20 years, he repeatedly tortures and rapes her. Sarah gives birth to several children as a result. And Dawn and Irene begin to care for her youngest son, although Irene believes that Sarah has sent him to them from elsewhere in the country.
I keep searching for her, and I don't care what kind of money it costs.
We have a daughter right here.
When Sarah finally has a chance to escape, the world finally learns her story, and her family is forced to reckon with the reality of what has happened. Girl in the Basement is based on the true story of Elisabeth Fritzl, a young Austrian woman who was imprisoned by her father, Joseph Fritzl, from 1984 to 2008. According to Oxygen, on August 28, 1984, Joseph lured Elisabeth to the basement of their home and placed an ether-soaked rag on her face. After she passed out, he handcuffed her and locked her in the underground prison.
Consequences. You chose to be disrespectful, and this is your consequence.
Joseph then coerced Elisabeth into writing a letter to her mother, Rosemarie, stating that she had left her hometown of Amstetten, Austria, and did not want to be found. Over the next 24 years, Joseph sexually assaulted Elisabeth almost every day. In 1988, she had her first child, Kirsten, and subsequently gave birth to 6 more children: Stefan, Lisa, Monica, Alexander, Michael, and Felix, but unfortunately, Michael died 3 days after birth. As the years passed, Joseph removed some of the children from the basement and told Rosemarie that they had been sent by Elisabeth, who needed help to raise them. Rosemarie believed him, and they began to foster the children as foundlings.
Stupid!
Hey! Quiet chair, now!
On April 19, 2008, Elisabeth emerged from the basement for the first time when her eldest daughter, Kirsten, lost consciousness.
This is Sarah's baby. She was here. Sarah was here.
She returned to the basement shortly after Kirsten was brought to the hospital, but 1 week later, she was brought to the police for questioning after hospital staff expressed concerns to authorities. After many hours, Elisabeth detailed her harrowing story, and on April 26, her father was arrested. Less than a year after his arrest, Joseph pleaded guilty to murder charges for his negligence in connection with Michael's death, as well as charges connected to the enslavement, incest, rape, coercion, and false imprisonment of Elisabeth. He was sentenced to life in prison at Garston Abbey, where he remains to this day.
I'm sorry.
Girl in the Basement real story: where is Elisabeth Fritzl now? According to the Mirror, Elisabeth Fritzl was given a new name after the trial to ensure her privacy, and she now lives with her 6 children in an unidentified town in Austria known by the media as Village X. The children, now aged between 17 and 31, sleep in rooms with doors permanently open after undergoing weekly therapy sessions to eliminate the traumas they suffered inside the cellar, reported The Mirror in 2019. Their two-story family home is kept under constant CCTV surveillance and patrolled by security guards, while any stranger caught lurking nearby can expect to be picked up by police within minutes. Fritzl is also reportedly in a relationship with her former bodyguard, Thomas Wagner, who lives with her and her family.
Can you go for a ride?